I've just started the recording. I hope, Tia, you can see that it's recording. And Tia, just pay attention that nobody else has entered my classroom. Snare, welcome, Snare. How are you, Snare? Snare, are you with me? Right, so I'm joining you from church. We are online. Snare is our WhatsApp administrator. Snare, if you don't mind sharing your details with the students, so those students who are not on WhatsApp, they can join you. But Snare, make sure that it's only our students, right? It's nobody else, right? Okay. So what I did is I shared my MS Teams classroom with you, and all my notes are out here in my MS Teams classroom. So here's my MS Teams classroom. See, I've got 3 classes. I've got Introduction to Programming. There's my class CPIT 101. And if I go to CPIT 101, on the top, Tia, can you still see my screen? Tia, if you can't see my screen, you can interrupt me anytime you want, Tia. And you just tell me, sir, okay, I can't see your screen, or you're going too fast, or there's a problem with my internet, or whatever, right? So yes, sir. I have all my class materials, all my PowerPoints are available on my Files tab, and it's in my PowerPoints folder there, right? There's the 6, 7, 8 chapters that I have to cover with you. Now you'll realize this is not school, and in school we'll only do 1 chapter maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks or something like that. We will do 1 chapter in a lesson sometimes, and you can cover even more work. Right, so if you look at it, we've got like about 13 weeks or so. In between, you're going to be writing a test for me, and well, I'll have to test you on what I teach you. I always say I test what I teach, and I teach what I test. But you must also remember that you are at a university, so I will include, when I say something extra, something that we didn't cover, something that you'd read on your own, right? You pick up on the internet or in the library, and all of that goes on. So let's start with our first lesson. Our first lesson is chapter 1, computers and information processing. Now, some of you may say, but sir, according to our study guide, I've got to teach you all about, let's see, what was I supposed to show you? I'm supposed to talk to you about, where's my lesson? Where's my study? My lesson says hardware, computer hardware. Now I kind of jump into computer hardware in general about this aspect of computers and IT, and all right. So if I look at my study guide says very clearly that I have to talk about hardware, software. Oops, can you see the circle going round and round there, Tia? That means that my network is pretty slow, right? It's looking at it. So if I look at my, look at what my course content talks about is hardware, identifying computers, looking inside the computer, what are the functions of the computer, evolution of the computer system. So I will cover that and more in my PowerPoint presentations. Tia, are you with me, Tia? Just give me a thumbs up. The rest of you can work on the reaction as well. You can see the reaction. I'll show you the reaction button. There's the reaction button on the top there. It says react. So give me a react, everybody. Then I know that you are with me. Okay. When you teach it online, it's I miss that interaction. I miss the fact that I can see you, and I miss the fact that, listen, your facial expression tells me whether you understand something or you don't understand something. So I need you to do a reaction for me, right? A thumbs up or a thumbs down, or sir, I'm slow, or sir, I like it. I love this clapping, and give me a clap. And if I tell a joke, please laugh at my jokes, okay? Okay, Tia, laugh at my jokes, Tia. Right. So let's go. Yes. Okay, thank you, Tia. So let me open up. I'm opening up my screen as well on the side. Right. So chapter 1 talks about computers and information processing, and you should be able to see the entire presentation, right? Let me change this to a view mode where you'll only see what So there's my first. So here you should see on my screen Computer Concepts and Applications. It's the third edition, chapter 1. Tia, you with me, Tia?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you. Right. So now it says join. So this is called a learning objective. Whenever anybody teaches you something, they always have to explain to you what is it that they expect you to learn from the lesson. That's called a learning objective. All right, a learning objective. So let me go and change this to. I just want. Right. So that's what I mean by a learning objective. The word learning objective is out there. Right. In this chapter, you will study the basics of a computer, and you'll understand the thing about a learning objective. Now, I don't want you to see the other concept. I just want to see right. Right. So in this chapter, you are going to learn about functions of the computer, how to represent data in the computer, the evolution of the computer system, and characteristics associated with computers. Now, if that is a learning objective, then I can test you on that in the exam or in your first test. I can come up with a question like what I came up with in WhatsApp. On our WhatsApp group, I asked you a question. Let me go there quickly to the WhatsApp group. I asked you a question in WhatsApp. I said, look at our WhatsApp question, and I'm going to ask you this every day or every other day. We ask questions on WhatsApp as a poll, just to keep you informed as to what's going on, right? Let's see, there we go. There's my questions up here. So in my questions, I asked you, oops, did I lose that question? Oh, it's got the disappearing questions, right? So I'm going to ask you a question in WhatsApp. Let's come up with a question. I can make up a question, and the question talks about hardware and software. And the question would be, hardware refers to the physical components of a computer, true or false? Now that's a very, very simple question, but I'll post that in the WhatsApp, or we can post it in our Teams group as a poll. So let's do that quickly. Let's see if I can add that as a poll in my Teams. And because I want to see if you pay attention, right? So let's go and, where's my chat? In my chat, I want to have a poll. Right, so there it is, more apps. I'm going to say a POL, right? So there's my poll. I'm going to add a poll, and I'm going to say hardware refers to the physical components of a computer, true or false. Right? So hardware refers to the physical components of a computer. Oopsie, I spelled hardware wrong. And the answers I'm going to give you true, right? So let's see if you can answer that question in the poll, right? I'm going to send that to you in the chat. Now the reason I do this is I want you to be active online. I don't want you to be sitting back quietly and not paying attention to what I have to say. All right? I can pose the same question on WhatsApp. WhatsApp, add a poll. This is how I do it. I say poll. I say software refers to the physical components of a computer, right? And the answer is true or false? Right, so some of you can answer the question on WhatsApp, and some of you can answer the question on MS Teams. So, hey, somebody's already answering the questions. Wow, 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 wow. Check it out, check it out. All right. All right. So let's see if anyone's answering the questions on, right? So, hey, the answer is true on the Teams poll and it's false on the WhatsApp. Oh my goodness, what's happening there now? Right? Okay. So you can answer those questions, right? And this is how your assessment is going to be. It's not going to be as simple as that. I'm going to ask you more difficult questions in the exam. But don't worry, as we're going along, you will get to answer the questions and you'll figure out what my style of teaching is and what my style of assessing is all about, right? So let's continue. Let's go to slideshow, and I'm going to say so here it is. It's talking about, let's change. Now, why I came up with a question like that is because I came up, that's the objective. The objective would be the student must be able to differentiate between software and hardware. Tia?
Yes, sir.
You get it as an objective? So that's how I came up with the question. But this was a very simple question. So if the objective says, explain the term hardware and software, so that's going to be how I'm going to test you in the exam, right? So if the question was, explain the concept of a smart home, or what is the concept of information, and then I'll come up with differentiate between information and data. Or I can come up with a question like, a computer processes information and transforms it into data, true or false? Or I can say a computer transforms data into information, right? And there's a nice word, it's called ubiquitous. I like that word, it's a big word, but it simply means, anybody wants to answer that question? Ubiquitous, what does it mean, ubiquitous? Ubiquitous, nice word. See, if I was in my classroom right now, I'd have wrote this on the board, and I would have asked you to look for the meaning of the word ubiquitous. Let's go on. Then you'll talk about the use of computers in everyday life. We'll talk about a concept called the smart grid. Any computer, any computer has three components basically: input, processing, and output. Now, if I was teaching you computer programming, then I will be actually using computer, when I say lines of code, to talk about input, processing, and output. And the language that I like is C++. C++ is a programming language, a high-level language, and it encompasses the functions of the computer: input, processing, and output. Okay, Tia, so far so good?
Yes, sir.
Right. So Tia, if I had to talk about the concepts of input, processing, and output, I know you like to bake a cake. Tia?
Yes, sir.
What would be your input in order to bake a cake?
The ingredients.
The ingredients, correct. And how would you go about, making the cake? What are your processes?
I'd follow the recipe.
The recipe. Now that's a good word. Now if I was teaching computer programming, I would have used the word recipe. I would have used the word algorithm, right? Go ahead, tell me one process you'll be using, Tia. Tia,
baking.
you did bake a cake, Tia,
Yes, yes, sir. Yes.
right?
Yes.
Tia, what process? Won't you break the eggs or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
With
and
flour, with the
you
eggs
mix the
together.
flour, right? Yeah, right? So those are called processes, right? If you think of the eggs and the flour as being data, we haven't done any processing to that. And Tia, this concept of storage, when you're baking a cake, don't you have to go to the cupboard and open up your flour, the container that has all the flour, or the fridge where the eggs are stored?
Yes.
Right, so that's storage. So whenever you are studying, and this doesn't apply just to my course as well, in terms of any other course, always try to have an analogy. When I say an analogy, how is it that you're going to understand these terms? Input, processing, output, storage, so that when you are in the exam or in the test, Tia will be thinking of baking a cake. And now I'm getting hungry because I'm thinking of it. All right? Let's try the reaction. That was a joke. Oh man, no reactions from you. Yeah, I can see a reaction. Yeah, I can see a reaction. Thank you. There's my phone, you can see the reaction. Yeah, right. Well done. Right? See, I need feedback from you as a teacher. I need to know. So you can go read up on all of that. Now, a computer basically works in terms of logically deciding whether something is right or wrong, yes or no. And it has this ability to take on a number of decisions in a millisecond, a nanosecond, right? And in order to do that, it has to store all this data in what we know as codes, right? Codes. And the codes that they talk about is, logic codes, this code of bits and bytes. So if you think of um, something being true or false, we can represent that with the concept of a 0 or a 1. And if we put a number of zeros and ones, you're going to come up with something known as a megabyte. So that simply talks about is storage, okay, the storage of data. So when I come up to this about hardware, we come back to this thing about binary, bits, kilobyte, megabyte, or a gigabyte, right? So right now, you need to know that a bit can either be represented by a 0 or a 1. A bit actually stands for the word binary digit. You take the BI from bit and take the T from digits and you get bit, right? So my first question would be, how many bits makes of data, right? So let's post that in the chat. Let's make a poll about that, because this slide now gives me an idea of what question I should ask you for the test. So my question is, how many bits make up a byte, which represents a character of data? And if I put a number of characters, kilobyte, right? Which is actually, if I look at it like this, the powers of 2. Let's look at the powers of 2. The powers of 2 goes 2 to the power 1, 2 to the power 3, 2 to the power 4, 2 to the power 5. And if I go to 2 to the power 6, I'm going to get 6. 2 to the power 7, 128. 2 to the power 8, 256. 2 to the power 9, 512. 2 to the power 10, I hope I'm right, 1024. Right? So that's the concept that we use for bits of data, bytes of data, kilobytes of data, and right, we'll come up to that. So let's ask this question in the chat. How many bits makes up a byte? Right, so here's my poll. So the question is, how many bits make up a... My question is 0, 1, 4, 8. Right? So let's see who can answer that question. How many bits make up a byte of data? Right? Question in MS Teams as well. So in MS Teams, I'm going to ask the question. Let's ask the question in MS Teams. Oh, somebody already answered the question. Oh my. Come on, wait. Let me just add a poll, right? Add a poll. Let's add a question there. So my question is, how many bytes make up a kilobyte? Right, so my question is, how many bytes makes a kilobyte? Right? Oh man, where's this thing? Right, so my question is, right, so my question goes like this: how many bytes makes a kilobyte? So how many bytes make a kilobyte? My question is it 1,000? Is it 100? Or is it 1024? All right. All right, so there's my question. Oops, I made a mistake. I made a mistake in my typing. I should have said B-Y-T-E. Here's my question. So how many bytes make a kilobyte? Right? Let's see if you can answer that question for me. Right? And if you stay long enough in my lecture, I'll give you the answers. Okay? I'll give you the answers to my questions. Right? Oh, let me just put my tie right. By the way, Tia and everybody, Sneer, did you see I'm wearing a tie for you? I'm in my garage, but I'm wearing a tie.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that? What do you think about that? Am I looking neat? I know my garage needs another coat of paint and all of that, but oh, maybe I should put the lights on. I'm looking. I can't see you. You can't see me. Put the lights on. We're lucky. We're not load shedding, so we can. Right? How's that? Is it brighter, Tia?
Yes, sir.
Tia, is that brighter? Is that brighter?
Yes.
Oh, thank you. Right. You must tell me if you can't see me or anything of that sort, right? Okay. I've got a question. What's the question? I got a question from somebody. No questions. Okay, let's continue. So this concept of bits and bytes has to do with storage. So if I was talking about buying tomatoes, I'll say I need to buy 5 kilograms of tomatoes. But if I was talking about beans, I need to buy half a kilo of beans, which is 500 grams, right? 500 grams. Okay? 500 grams. Right? So let's talk 500 grams of data, and let's talk 500 grams of data. Give me a split second out here. I just want to mute my mic for a second and take a call, right? Give me 5 minutes to answer that poll. Not 5 minutes, 1 minute to answer the poll. Right? 1 minute to answer the poll. All righty. Okay. Yes, do I have a question? Hello, is there a question? Right. So this concept of bits and bytes has to do with storage. And the concept of bits and bytes also has to do with the speed of transporting data. So when I was studying long time ago, the speeds weren't as fast as what we have today, right? We're talking 1,000 bits per second, 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is, right? So let's go back to my PowerPoint presentation now, right? So let's go back, right. And let's continue. So I want to talk about what is 2 to the power 5, 2 to the power 6 is 64. Oh, this brings back some memories. When I started computers in 1986, we had the Commodore 64. I don't think some of you even know about this. Can you see how old I am? All right, Commodore 64. Anybody knows about the Commodore 64? Ah, somebody's laughing how old I am. Yeah, you can laugh at me or you can respect me because I'm old. You know, respect your elders. Anybody was born then? Born? Nobody was born. You were born in 1986. Huh?
Yes. I was born in 1986.
Okay. All right. Then you're pretty old then, I think. Never mind. But the Commodore 64 had 64 kilobytes of data. That means we could store 64 times 1,024. But that's very old. It's very, very old. 1986. Okay, let's go on. So you need to work on what is 2 to the power 10. So 2 to the power 5 was 32, 2 to the power 6 is 64, 2 to the power 7 is 128. And this brings me back to another memory. Then came the Commodore 128, right? 128K. So that talks about the amount of memory that it has. And if you have to look at your computers, if you have to go and check the memory on your computer, they will tell you that it has 8 gigs of RAM or 8 megabytes of RAM. In fact, nobody has megabytes of RAM, right? But if you don't believe me, I can quickly show you in terms of bits and bytes how much of memory. But also bear in mind that when we talk about speed of computers, that's another ball game altogether, right? So 2 to the power 8 is 256, 2 to the power 9 10, which is 1,024. Now, in terms of representing data, a bit is basically 1/8 of a byte. Remember the question I asked? Bits makes up a byte of data, and the answer there is 8. 8 bits makes 1 byte of data, right? 1 byte of data. So I think someone can answer that question in the poll. The poll said, let's look at the poll. What is the poll there? In the poll it said, how many bits? Hey, you got it right. How many bits make up a byte? 43 of you got it right. What happened to the other people? Why aren't you writing that? Let's look at the previous question. The previous question was, software refers to the full computer. No. That's the word hardware. Hey, all of you got it right. Okay. My next question will be, how many bytes make a kilobyte? Now, for the purest of purists, I would say it's 1,024. But we also accept 1,000 bytes that make up a kilobyte of data. Right? Now, don't have a gigabyte of storage on your computer. 1 gigabyte is actually equal to 1 billion bytes of data. Isn't that a lot of data? data. Isn't that a lot of data? Huh? Huh? Come on, give me a reaction. Wow. Wow. Right? Let me see how my computer. Let's see how much my computer has. Let me go see on my computer how many. What? Let's go to my settings. There's system out there. Let's go to system. And system says where does let's go look for memory. Right. So class, I seem to have lost your. Hello. Tia, are you with me?
Can you hear you, sir? Yes.
Okay. Tia, I'm sharing my screen. I want to show you how much of RAM I got on my computer. Are you able to see that on your screen?
Now it's just showing a black. Now it's just showing a black screen.
Okay, a black screen. Okay, it's. I think maybe you'll have to put some lights on, Tia, for you to come.
I don't
Tia, that was
think
a
it's
joke.
my life.
Y'all don't get my jokes. Okay, how about this joke? How many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? Tia,
Sir.
how many?
I don't know.
Okay, anybody with an answer there? Anybody with an answer? Come on, please, how many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? Why are we waiting for my screen to refresh?
I think
Hello?
now.
Tia! Anybody with an answer? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah, take a guess. I'm gonna write this in our poll. I'm gonna make a poll now. The poll is how many does it take? Oops, I forgot to write the word it. Take to change a light. Everybody answer this question for me. Ooh, access denied.
Someone commented in the chat. An MST.
Oh, what did they say? Tia, I can't see the chat.
Oh, someone said none. It's a hardware problem.
Yay! Oh, yeah, wait, let me put my camera on. Let me do that again. Let me do that. Let me do that. Yeah. You can't, it's a hardware problem. Programmers don't deal with hardware problems. Thank you. Who said that? Yeah. You play. Who's you play? You play. Thank you, you play. Put your camera on. Let me see who's you play. Right, well done. Give you play a clap. Give Mr. You play a clap. That's It's a hardware problem. Programmers deal with software. We don't deal with hardware. Okay? Thank you for that. So let's go on with my question about storage. Tia, do you remember I spoke to you about gigabytes and megabytes and all that goes with it, Tia?
Yes, sir.
Right. Can you see out here, Tia, it says install RAM, 32 gigabytes of data.
Yes, sir.
By the way, did you put the lights on, Tia, for you to see my screen?
Yes, sir, I did. I did.
Aha. That's why it's no longer black anymore. And that goes for everybody as well. If your screen is black, put the lights on. Okay, right. So that's where it comes out about how much of data I can store on my computer. If 1 gigabyte is 1 billion bytes, I can actually store 32 billion bytes of data on this computer. When I say store, it means I'm using it. Okay, that's what it talks about that. Right? Do you get the grips of this concept of bytes, bits, gigabytes? Tia?
Yes, sir.
So into gigabytes of data, I can actually store 32 billion bytes of data on my computer. Now, 1 byte is equivalent to 1 character of data. So let's say, for instance, the character A, B, C, D, that's a character of data. And if you want to learn more about that, you can go into programming and you learn about something called ASCII. ASCII is the American Symbolic Code for Information Interchange. Every character is represented by a byte of data, right? And I think I'd like to show you a little bit about that, right? So let me just go to what is ASCII so that you get. Yep. All right, let's open this up. Give me a split second. It's opening up my screen. I'll tell you what is ASCII all about, right? So this is ASCII. This is the ASCII table. So each alphabet or each character has a corresponding value, and every corresponding value has a corresponding binary equivalent. Okay? But Tia, are you going to become learn computer programming, and your major subject is computer programming or engineering?
Engineering.
Engineering. So you're not going to be doing like CPIT 201 and CPIT 301. So I don't have to go in depth in that. All right, Tia? Okay. This is it's one of your modules in your qualifications. So I don't go in depth in this aspect, right? Okay, Tia?
Yes, sir.
Right. So that's why I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just going to talk about now. I'm going to go back to my PowerPoint and talk about gigabytes and trillion terabytes of data. And by the way, they even go to another concept from terabyte. It's a picobyte or something like that, right? Petabyte, right? A petabyte, a exabyte, a zettabyte. Whoa, a yottabyte? Okay, right? So that simply tells you how much of data that I can store. It's like this. If I had to talk about, P-Dog. Tia, you know what's P-Dog, Tia? You cook.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tia.
Yes, sir.
Tia, if your mother says buy 500 grams of P-Dog or 250 grams of P-Dog, you're gonna buy a little bit, isn't that so, Tia?
Yes, sir.
Right. That's grams. But if your mother says, Tia, go buy tomatoes, she's not going to say, Tia, go buy 5,000 grams of tomatoes, is she?
She's not gonna say that.
What she's going to say?
She'll say 5 kgs.
5 kgs, yeah, right. She's going to say 5 kilograms of. But I don't know if you're going to buy gold jewelry or anything like that. If you go to buy gold jewelry, you're not going to say, buy me 5,000 kilograms of gold jewelry, Tia. I don't know how rich you are. You're going to say, buy me 5 grams of whatever, or 2 grams of gold, right? Are there any guys in the classroom? Any guys with cars here? We got a car. Anybody knows what the weight of a car is? A car weighs. Guys, come on, talk to me. There must be a guy here. Hello.
I know.
Right. Talk to me. What's of a car? You know, I have an idea. Or a truck. Okay, a truck. The loading capacity of a truck. Hello. Come on, guys. Don't let me down here, please. Hello. The loading capacity of a truck. The next time you all go and check. Okay, a container, shipping container.
Hello.
Come on. Okay, the weight of a truck. What unit of measure do we measure for a truck or a car? Hello. Guys, don't let me down. Guys. Hello.
So can you repeat the question?
I'm talking about a truck or a car, right? Truck or a car. What unit of measurement will I use? Will I say that a car weighs 5,000 grams, 5,000 or 50,000 kilograms, or what is the unit of measure for a car or a truck?
In tons.
Thank you. Tons. Yes, that's the answer I'm wanting. Tons. Come on. Thank you. Give him a clap. Please give him a clap. So the same concept applies to when we talk about computers. Okay? That's what they're talking about all over here. A petabyte, an exabyte. What was the other one that they had? That they had a petabyte, exabyte, and a kilobyte, and things like that. So if you consider this to be in the groceries, a byte would be, I want to talk about p-doll or gram doll. If a kilobyte would be flour or
Sorry to interrupt.
tomatoes. Yes, Tia, what's the story?
Sorry to interrupt. Someone has a question.
Oh, don't apologize. Just say, sir, there's a question.
Okay.
Give me the question, Tia. Otherwise, I got to switch my screens.
Not me. Someone raised their hand.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Unmute and talk. I'm listening. Yes. Come on, Tia. Okay, ask them to type it in the chat, Tia, and then you can read out the question. Anybody with a question?
Yes, I have a question, sir.
Go ahead, ask the question.
Sir, I want to ask that, are you screen recording this lecture? Because I have a problem with connection here, so I couldn't watch everything better.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am recording the lecture. Yeah, recording the lecture.
Where are we going to find the lecture from?
Yes,
the video?
I am recording the lecture.
Where is the video going to
Yes,
find
the video.
it?
I am lecture.
Going to release
You're going to find it on YouTube. You're going to find it on YouTube.
Please share us the link, please.
Okay. I will. Will you remind us? Will you remind me?
How can I remind you?
How do you communicate with me?
Via email.
Or
I will communicate with you via email or group.
Okay, or
Okay.
you got a cell phone, man. You can send me a WhatsApp.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna send you a WhatsApp. Yeah, after this meeting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but let me tell you something. I've got like about 300 students. Okay, I got 3 groups of students, and it's getting a bit taxing to answer all of them on WhatsApp and email. I get like about 20, 30 emails a day, about 15, 20 WhatsApp messages. So maybe if you can use it via the WhatsApp administrator or ask one of the students about it, right?
I'm gonna call you.
I don't mind if you can help me in that. Oh, you got lots of airtime. Okay, you can do that. Can I go on with my lesson now? Can I go on with the PowerPoint? Thing, I'm in a lecture. Have a look at my dogs here. There's my dogs. See how they're naughty they are. There's Finn. And there's my other poodle. Oh, you're gonna see I'm on my channel. No, just say hello to my students coming. Hello to my students. Okay, don't cancel my lecture, please. No. Right, there, say hello to them. Say hello to the students. Say hello to the students, don't. Okay, do you see my students? All right, this is the number. Oh, jump down. Ting, where are you? Come say hello to the students. Ting, jump. Yes. Okay, they're disturbing my lecture now. Right. Okay. So. When we talk about the evolution of the computer system, we talk about the history of the computers. But listen here, I got no time for history of computers. We got more important stuff to worry about, like what's happening at present and what's going to be the evolution of the computer system. I actually feel that in the future, we're going to have computer systems embedded in our brain. That's my task. We have a microchip. Instead of carrying around a cell phone, I'm going to have a microchip on my hand, and I'm going to talk to my hand. Hello, how are you, right? But we'll come to that. So let's go. You can read about the evolution of the computers. Right now, I'm only interested in getting to grips with you passing the test. Say passing the test, I just want you to get 50% and above. And I have to test you about 50 to 60 questions in the first assessment. I've got no time to ask about the history of the computer. We don't worry about the past. Past, but not so. So y'all can read up about the evolution, the history, Turing machine, the analytical engine, and all that goes with it. You can read up about long ago, 1943, 1946, the first generation of computer, the second generation, third, and the fourth, and the microprocessor, and all that goes with it. This is not a history lesson, okay? Okay, everybody? Right. So, again, the types and characteristics. When you talk about types and characteristics, we talk about the number of users, the processing speed, and the cost associated with the computer. So the personal computer, like they say, personal is how many people? Personal. It's like a who's making that noise? Tia. Who's making that noise, Tia? Right?
I can't see who's making a noise.
Okay. Right, so Tia, personal computers, how many people work with a personal computer, Tia?
One.
That's why they call it personal. Cell phone, how many people access their cell phone, Tia?
1, 10, 15.
Tia!
Sorry.
Tia, only one.
One.
Tia, only one. That's why it's called a personal. But if you get more than one person that's using a computer, right, it becomes like a network or a workstation or something to that effect, then you obviously have to improve the processing speed of the computer and you have to, have a network, more memory, and all. So we also has how do I use it? What is it? And also involved. Now a laptop, when I started off computers in 1986, there was no laptops because they were so expensive. And now you can buy one for about 3,000-4,000 rands. Right? That's the thing about computers. A laser printer in 1990 was about 25,000 rands. Now you can pick up a laser printer for two, maybe 3,000, even less than that. Presently, a 3D printer is very expensive, but mark my words, in a few years' time, 3D printers will become cheap as well. Okay, so that's the other thing you need to consider when you're talking about computers. And the reason I got to talk to you all about this, students, is that you are in the process of becoming computer literate, right? You need to be able to have a conversation with someone to tell them, listen, you want to buy a computer. What do you need to look for when you're buying a computer? An example about the memory that you need, which is a few months old. 32 gigabytes seems to be the standard, right, or the entry level. Then you'll need to talk to them about what is the purpose. Are they going to be using it for their personal use? Are they going to be using it on a network or whatever, right? So that's what I mean when I talk about you becoming computer literate. Right? Then the types of personal computers, or your tablet. By the way, on your laptop, on your cell phone that we have. My students are actually doing programming on their cell phone. When I see computer programming, C++, it's a bit difficult, but you can do that. A few years ago, you could not do that. Just to put you in the picture about how technology has improved. In 1969, I think it was July of 1969, a man landed on the moon, America, so the first man on the moon. And that spaceship, the amount of processing power it had, it is now, when I say the processing speed and power and capabilities than the processes of 1969. So can you see how things have compressed in terms of technology and over time? So let's talk in terms of what's on your PowerPoint slide. The types of computers, type is your laptop or your MacBook. By the way, if I put my computer screen on, I've got a MacBook out here, or you're going to see my garage as well, but let me show it to you. Here's my Mac computer. Let's put the camera on. So there's my Mac, right? There's my Mac. I keep this open so that I can see what you have in terms of the view. And a Mac operating system is different from the Windows-based operating system, okay? But we'll talk about that a little later on. Let's go on with the types of computers. You get a MacBook with a different operating system. That's not a good, a nice word I use. Operating system. What do I understand with the term operating system? They talk about, didn't I mention to you about the cost? Cost is an important factor, and the number of users. So I can come up with a question from here about comparing computers, or I'll ask you, what is the most important criteria that you need to consider when you are buying a computer, right? Is it only price? Is it amount of memory, or is it the processing speed? Right? That's a nice question. Let's make up that question now. Let's post that question in the chat, so I know that you all are paying attention. Right? So let's make up a question. Let's add a question. Let's go to the chat. So in my thing, I'm going to say. Yes, someone's got a question for me, Tia?
I don't think so, sir.
Or someone said something? All right, so let's ask the question. So my question is, you've now you're now a computer student, or you're on the way to become computer literate, and I need to. So there's a poll. So my question is, what criteria would you consider when buying a computer? Is it just the price? Is it see, that's why I like WhatsApp. WhatsApp is easy to use WhatsApp. Right, WhatsApp. So here's my question. Open up your WhatsApp. What criteria would you consider when purchasing purchasing a computer, right? So you're gonna say price only. I'm gonna say computer speed, amount of RAM. RAM stands for random access memory. That's memory. Hard disk space. Right. So let's say I want you to answer this question. What criteria do you consider when purchasing a computer? Price, computer speed, amount of memory, hard disk space, or would you consider all of the above? Right? How many programmers does it take to change a light bulb? The answer is 0. Yay! I got that question, right? That was a laugh. That was a joke there. So that's what this slide is all about the PowerPoint thing. Let's go back to PowerPoint. Not that one. Let's go to PowerPoint, that one. Right. So my question here is, right, so the question is, what is the most important criteria when purchasing a computer? Now I'm asking you a question here. What is the most important thing? Option 1, I'm going to say price. Option 2, I'm going to say memory. And option 3, I'm going to stop. Option 3 is I'm going to say processing capabilities, right? So I'm just going to block the answer so that I'm going to stop sharing, right? Doesn't matter. Right, so here's the question in the poll, and it says, what is the most important criteria when purchasing a computer? Now, this is related to the way I'm teaching you and what I want you to learn, right? Let's say, for instance, we are rich. We don't need to worry about money and things like that, right? We're okay. Right? So, right. Right. So I've got another poll in the right. So someone's having difficulty joining the class. People share invite. Oh, sir, it says, sir, I'm attending class in NB 224170993. Okay, sorry, I didn't check the thing message out. I'm happy that you are attending it at least, right? Oh my goodness, so many questions, so many messages in between. Right. Tia, if I send you a link, you must just share the link with everybody, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. Oh, my neighbor. That's my neighbor there. All right. Ah, all right. Let's see who has answered the question. Oh, I'll give you the answers at the end of the lesson, so I know you're staying to the end of the lesson. What do you think about that, Tia? Is that a good idea, Tia? I don't give you the answers immediately.
Yes, sir.
Tia, you have to stay till the end of the lesson.
I will, sir. I will.
You will? Okay, thank you. So, let's go on. So it says, give examples of other personal types of computing, what that is, an e-reader, a GPS. You can go and read all of that. Give other examples of computers. Read up on that. Okay, there's the talk multi-server, where I have a computer that's linked to another computer, right? That's the multi-user computer we're talking about. These are much more powerful computers. When I say powerful, they are able to deal with hundreds of users at one time. Right? That's the server capabilities. And with a personal computer, just one person dealing with it. And we may think 32 gigabyte memory, but with the server, you have much more people than you have. When I say hundreds of them. Right, let's go on. Here's a mid-range mainframe, and we have what is known as a supercomputer. By the way, I like watching all these science fiction movies where they have the computers that are supercomputers that basically have artificial intelligence. I don't know about you, but do you like watching science fiction movies? Anybody? And here they have a computer that's a supercomputer that's able to make decisions on their own. So remember I spoke to you about bits and bytes, zeros and ones, cold logic? That's how a computer thinks. A computer simply thinks something is right or wrong, black or white, on or off. There's no emotions involved, right? Okay, I could be wrong. In a few years' time, maybe they'll improve a computer where a computer can decide that it feels sorry for somebody. So that's where I'm talking about the capabilities of computers. And maybe in a few years' time, when you graduate, there may be a computer that's able to decipher a person's emotions. In this one, they're talking about the characteristics again, the amount of data and the amount of usage on the computer. You can go and read up on that one if you want to know more about it. Ooh, there's the talk about agronomics. I hope I'm comfortable on it. Agronomics refers to the study of the relationship between the workers and the workspace. Agronomics. I always wondered. I said, my fingers. By the way, it's pretty smooth. You can see I only do typing. I don't do hard physical labor, right? And there's something called carpal syndrome. I'm not sure if I've suffered from that. I always wonder. On my right hand, I don't have that little bone, that thingy there, right? You check it out there. I think this is because of using all the computers all the time. And I get all this. Yeah. Go ahead and read up on that. I'll find more questions to it for the test. Just learn the word agronomics. Agronomics refers to the study of the relationship between workers and their workspace. Agronomics. Nice question. Maybe I should post that in the test. And read up on the summary. This is the PowerPoint. So I basically covered chapter 1 over and done. All right. Any questions? Any questions? Anybody with a question? Anyone with a question? Oops. Yes. Tia, are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody with a question? Do you have a question for me?
No, sir. I'm good.
Ask me a question. Sir, when's our next lecture?
Next week.
Ask me when we're going to be. When are we coming back to campus? Ask me, Tia.
When are we coming back to campus, sir?
I don't know. How can I ask the question? I don't know when the students will start protesting. Answer truly. Are you sleeping in bed?
No, sir.
Right. Oh, please put a shirt on. Don't put your camera on if you don't have a shirt on, huh? Please. Look at me. I dressed up for the lesson. I wore a tie. Okay, I'm wearing jeans, but I wore a tie. Right. Let's answer the questions in the chat. Let's answer the first question says. The first question spoke about hardware. Right, this is a question I like. I always ask this question in the test. That's why I'm asking the question. The question says, hardware refers to the physical components of a computer. That's true. Software refers to the programming, right? The programs, operating systems. The next, oh, all of you got it right. Oh, somebody got it wrong. 33 responses. How many bytes make a kilobyte? Now, the answer could either be 1,000 or 1,024, depends who you ask. Computer scientists will say 1,024, but people that are laymen and think they'll say 1,000, right? They're 1,024. See, 7 people said that. Next question. Oh, that was a question about no signal. You can't find chapter 1 on Moodle. Yeah, because I'm not using Moodle. It's in MS Teams. What is the most important criteria when buying a computer? The most important component when buying a computer refers to processing speed. Yes, processing speed or computer speed, right? Okay. Thank you for those questions. Anybody else with a question?
Sir.
Anyone else with a question? Unmute.
Sir.
Anybody else with a question?
Hello, sir.
Hello.
It's pertaining to my program I wrote, sir.
Program you wrote? No, this is CPIT. This is not INPR 101 or Programming 1.
Oh, so you sent me a link to this.
Oh, Mr. Biela. Hello, Mr. Biela. How are you?
I'm calling you, sir.
I'm good. I'm good. Yes, go ahead. What's your question? Is it about CPIT?
No, sir. I don't have CPIT. Sir, you sent me a link to this meeting, sir. I was.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Can you leave that question for? Okay,
yes.
Just introduce yourself. Just tell them which is your most. Mr. Biela is my programming student. Hello, Mr. Biela. What language are you learning, Mr. Biela, in computers?
C++, sir.
Yeah. And do you agree that we're going to make that the official language in South Africa?
Yes, sir, I do.
Thank you. So let's start a referendum and get a petition going. Speak to the KZN councillors and tell them you want a computer language to be one of the official languages of South Africa. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I don't mind whether it's C, C++, Java, JavaScript, C#, but I want a computer programming language to be one of the official languages. Thank you, Mr. Biela, for joining us. Don't you have, and one more question, Mr. Biela. Which is your most important subject, Mr. Biela?
Oh, introduction to programming, sir.
Correct. And who is your most important lecturer at DUT, Mr. Biela?
PT Govender, sir. TP
Thank
Govender.
you. Thank you. That's me. Well done. Okay. I got to cede to my students over here, right, Mr. Biela? We'll talk in our programming lecture, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Next question is from Sam. Who's this? I can't see the whole name. Go ahead. Ask the question.
Oh, good day, sir.
Good day to you. Go ahead with the question.
I was not saying
I can't hear you.
And
I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat.
sir,
Yes.
sir, I have a problem. I can't type to the chat because I don't have Teams app, and I have no access to other kind of network like Outlook and Teams. I only do the Moodle.
Moodle. I'm not using Moodle. I'm only using MS Teams.
Sir, we can't log into MS Teams. They
You
said
can't
we
log
are
into MS Teams.
live.
By the way, this is how you're talking to me. You're talking to me right now on MS Teams.
Sir,
Hello. You are talking to me on MS Teams.
sir, I request that please do
Hello. You are talking to me on MS Teams.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
We did that in class. Tia, do you remember adding the student to MS Teams?
Yes, sir. I don't use it. Sir.
Where's the top?
I can't even access I can't even like we can't communicate.
Your network is very bad. I'm so sorry. Your network is very bad. I can barely hear you.
Fine. Okay.
Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Do you have access to the chat?
No, sir.
Do you have access to WhatsApp?
Yes, sir.
Can you type it in the WhatsApp?
Okay, I'll type there. Okay, so it's fine.
I'm waiting for you. Type it in the WhatsApp. Anybody else with a question? Anybody else with a question? Oh, are you the protesting student? I came to disrupt my lesson.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you.
I'm having the same problem. My problem is my account is not verified, so I'm having issues when I'm trying to access the slides and everything.
Okay. Thank you for that. I heard you nice, loud and clear, right? I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to add you onto the classroom, okay?
Thank you so much.
All right, let me do that. Stay online, please. Stay online. What's your student number?
So long. That's 20 93
93
56
56
49.
49. Are you M. Sitoli?
Yes.
Are you sure you're my student? Are you not a protesting student?
I'm your student, sir. I'm your student.
You promised me that.
Promise you, swear to God.
Okay, I'm going to add you.
Thank you.
Right. Don't worry. Let me tell you, all these protesting students, they don't realize that we have a record of it. We can go listen to the recording and we can find out who they are. I added you on. Check if you got a message from that student on your email.
Okay, I'm gonna check just now.
Who else needs to be added onto my class? Hello?
Sir.
Yes, hello.
Hello, sir. Can you please also add me? Can you please add me in WhatsApp group?
Yeah, okay. What's your student number?
It's 22 22
Yeah.
4
4
00
33
00 sir.
00
535.
I can't hear you.
And me too. It's 4 22 sir.
Let's start again.
Yes, sir. It's 22
22
4
4
00
00.
535.
Is it M Pakati?
Yes, sir.
I want you to check your email.
Pardon, sir?
I want you to check your email. Next person, who wants me to add them?
Thanks, sir. 22.
Yes, give me your student number.
22
22
47
47
57
57
26
56
26. Not 56.
26. Can we start again?
22
22
47
47
57
57
26.
26. Okay, because why?
Yes.
Now, are you a protesting student or are you my student?
Your student.
Will you protest in my class?
Sorry?
Are you going to protest in my class?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, God. Are you going to protest in my class? I mean, this is not my
No,
class.
no, so no, sir. No. At your here, but I have a connection. But
I'm going to break any of my windows and the doors.
no, sir. I know the process.
Right. Okay, I'll add you to the class. Okay. Anybody else wants to be added to the class? Anybody else has a question?
280.
Talk to me quickly. I've got a meeting at 12. Yes, I'll add you. Give me your number.
It's 22
22
32
32
0.
I can't hear you. 2232
9
2232
90
90
88.
88. Is it S. Chonco? CHONCO.
Yes.
Are you my student? Are you my student? Yes or no?
Yes.
Do you promise to pass my subject?
Yes, I promise.
And you will not protest in my class.
No, I will not do such thing.
You will not break windows.
No, I won't, sir.
Or you break the gate. Okay, I'm going to add you now. Right. Anybody else?
Yes, please add this.
Who's this?
This is Prince.
Yeah, give me your number, student number.
224
224
10744.
10744.
Yes.
S. Majola. S.
Yes,
Majola.
sir. Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand.
Sorry?
Raise your right hand. Do you promise to pass my class?
Sorry, sir, I have a problem with connection. I can't hear you.
Are you my student?
Yes, I am your student.
Do you promise to pass the course?
Yes, I promise to pass.
And will you protest in my class?
No, I won't, sir. I won't.
Will you break any windows?
No, I will never do that.
Thank you. Right. Are you going to get a distinction for my course?
Yes, I'm gonna get a distinction. And I will not.
Very good. I shall add you. I shall add you.
As long as I get my money.
Right. Anybody else? Anybody else?
What you want to call now?
Anybody else add into the classroom? Al Wazi, go ahead. Ask the unmute and hello. Can I add you to class?
Yes, sir. Please add me.
Yes. Give me your student number.
2180
2180
59
59
51
51.
Yes.
Is that you?
Yes.
Raise your right hand.
Yes.
I promise to get a distinction in this course.
Obvious.
Answer yes or no.
Yes.
I will not protest in this class.
No.
I will not break any windows.
No.
Doors. Okay.
Fine.
Right.
Sir,
Yes.
can we leave the group chat if you are sorted?
I can't hear you.
Can we leave the group chat?
Yeah. Of course. Leave. Goodbye. Listen here. It's not compulsory to attend any lectures at the university. You're a mature student now.
No,
I will not
sir.
force you to. Right?
It seems as if we are done with the lecture, so you're just adding
No
people.
problem. No problem. You can leave. You can leave. Goodbye.
Bye.
Wait a minute. Can I take a photograph before you leave? Can I take a photo?
Sir.
Hello? Can I take a photo quickly? Put your cameras on, everybody. Put your cameras on. Quickly, then, before the EFF comes on. Quickly, 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 you take a photograph. Put your cameras on. Put your cameras on. Right, we'll take a photo. Right, quickly, we'll take a photo. Before the PFF comes, or the ANC or DA. Right.
We're allowed to share the screen. As a maximum using the bathroom, right?
Smile. 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 Right. I got the photo. I got the photo. Okay, I got the photo. Right, thank you. Thank you for the photo.
Are you pretty?
Okay. Crying over there. The mother who's learning to study while
I will not repeat. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I'm listening.
What's that?
Sir.
Yes.
Whoop is in physics.
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead.
Sir,
You want to take another question? Yes.
I have a question.
Yes. Yes. What's the question? Yes, I'm listening.
What is going to happen to us who never touched the computer before?
I can't hear you. What is going to happen?
Yeah. To us who never touched the computer before.
What is going to happen to someone who has a computer?
Who not touched the computer before?
Yeah, I'm teaching you about a computer. That's what you came to learn.
Oh, thank you, but we are scared now because we are coming to rural areas.
Did this module has a test and an exam?
How? Right.
All right. Okay, so I muted everybody because you're talking. I can't hear. Everyone is talking at the same time. B. Mabaso, do you have a question? Can you type in the chat, please?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes.
I want to ask, what is the meeting about? Because I just joined the class group now.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Mabaso. Tia, are you there, Tia?
Yes, sir.
Please tell Mr. Mabaso what time you started this meeting.
10, like 10 past 10.
Yeah, about 10 past 10.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Mabaso, you need to watch the recording, okay? Are you studying CPIT 101?
Yes, I am.
Then why did you join at 12 o'clock when the lesson starts at 10 o'clock?
My cell phone was off.
Now, is that my problem, Mr. Mabaso?
No, say it is not your problem.
Yeah, it's your problem. Why did you put your cell phone off? Don't you know you got to receive WhatsApp messages from me?
I apologize.
It's okay, I'm joking. Can you watch the recording, Mr. Mabaso?
Yes, I can.
Okay, I'll share the link with you, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye-bye, Mr. Mabaso.
Bye-bye.
Anybody else with a question? Going once, going twice, going, gone.
Can I see your job?
Yes, go ahead, ask a question.
Sir, this module has tests and exams?
Yes. You think I'm teaching you for nothing? You think y'all will come if there's no tests and exams? Do you think y'all will study this subject if there's no tests and exams? I know. I've been a lecturer for a long time, 24 years. If there's no tests and no exams, the students don't do the work. I can tell you that. I know that. Okay, next question.
What's up, boy?
All right, class, it's 5 to 12. Can I stop? I need lunch or breakfast this morning. I was rushing. I've been lecturing from 8 to 10, 10 to 12. Right. I'm going to call it a day now. Okay, let's stop the recording. Oops, I should have stopped the recording some time ago now.
Okay,
Right,
before you
recording.
leave, so sorry, sir.
Yes. Yes,
Before
yes.
you leave, I haven't received that email as yet.